This is the Orioles POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the Baltimore Orioles. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Folks, we've got double trouble to talk about tonight as the Baltimore Orioles drop both games of a Saturday doubleheader to the Detroit Tigers, losing game 1 4-3, and then losing the evening nightcap 6-2. Hello, welcome to the Baltimore Orioles postcast here on the Locked On Podcast Network. My name is Luke Slaybaugh. I'm your post-game show host after every Orioles game this season. In the instance of a doubleheader, Friday's game being washed out in the Motor City, we do one show over two games for this doubleheader. So less content, but one show encapsulating both games. So for the first block, we're going to talk about the most recent game that ended, game 2. And then in the second block, we'll gloss over game 1 a little bit. But if you're joining me now here live on YouTube, I want to thank you for spending part of your Saturday evening with me. Wherever you may be, I really appreciate you being here. As a reminder, Connor Newcomb is still your Locked On Orioles host 5 days a week. That main show still comes to you every day. And so he will be in touch with you, giving his thoughts on this series in Detroit, which is already lost. What we're going to be talking about real quick is the move that manager Brandon Hyde made in between games 1 and 2 to let someone different take the bump than the regularly scheduled starter, Charlie Morton.
This is what you'll be talking about.
I already see some comments not to blame Charlie Morton for this loss, and technically he does get it. He falls to 0-6, but cue up the expanding brain memes for manager Brandon Hyde because he saw fit to put in left-handed reliever Keegan Aiken to be the opener for this game. The opener concept, popularized by the Tampa Bay Rays around 2018, it's been adopted by the Dodgers and several other teams, especially even during postseason runs well into October. And he thought, why not start with a strong gun first? Why not have a shutdown reliever lock things down the first 2 innings and get us on the right foot? And I think that's intelligent. Keegan Aiken earned it. Yeah, he tried out as a starter back in 2021, didn't go so well, but this is a 30-year-old man now with several years of major league experience under his belt. So if anyone's composed and able to get this game off on the right start, it was Keegan. And he lived up to that hype or up to that expectation with 1 2/3 innings pitched. And coming into this game, 12 outings with a 3.27 ERA. He's been a steady presence in the bullpen. Not the strongest reliever that the O's have had, but solid. And he follows the mantra that I had brought up a couple days ago. All's well that begins well. You need to play with the lead and protect it. And it worked for a little bit, for a couple innings. And into the bottom of the third, I thought, heck, this might actually pan out all right. And into the bottom of the second, he got Zach McKinstry striking out swinging a ball that actually hit McKinstry's thumb, which by rule, it didn't hit the bat. It's a strikeout. Sidebar here. It's only been a couple of years since umpires have been mic'd up and giving public addresses to the crowds. And man, I mean, football's been doing it for 50 years now. They've had the wireless mic on the field since like 1975. So refs know in football how to talk. But crew chief going, Baltimore's challenging, hesitates for 5 seconds, foul ball. So it's the second career relief appearance for Charlie Morton, his 389th appearance in the bigs, and second relief appearance. You got to shake things up. And this is the first time in 15 years that Charlie Morton's got a -1 WAR, according to Baseball Reference. So giving him a change of scenery or some different part of his routine, you got to tweak something. We have reached the win at all costs point of April, where the ends justify the means. And to finish the second, he got Tomas Nido striking out, 97-mile-an-hour fastball, really cranked it up. So if you're Charlie Morton, you swallow your pride and you trust the process. You're also working in a nonlinear timeline here. You would rather have the first, conventional wisdom makes you think that you'd rather have the first pitcher go as long as possible and then hand it off. But now you're breaking it up into smaller size chunks. And however long Charlie Morton can give you, great. And he did get to pitch with the lead when Gunnar Henderson doubled home Jackson Holliday, and it's gone. It only took Charlie Morton about 4 more batters to give up the lead, walking Jace Young, giving up a single to Sweeney there at the bottom part of Detroit's lineup. And then Riley Green grooves a fastball up, and it's a 3-1 Detroit Tigers lead. He recovered well after that. Granted, Morton has struggled with his command all year long, but this factually is his best outing so far. Do my eyes deceive me now looking at the 4th inning? A 1-2-3 inning with 13 pitches? I suppose this is how you get Charlie to pitch into the 6th inning, is breaking this up into bite-sized chunks. And he did leave trailing. And only 42 of his 80 pitches were for strikes. The thing that's going to cripple Charlie Morton, and by proxy the rest of this pitching staff, is the walks issue. 5 for Charlie Morton over 3 2/3, and the 3 earned runs, all on the home run. This is what crippled him and also Brandon Young early, is that giving up those free passes is what's going to cripple this team and start snowballing these innings. We've seen when one small thing goes awry, the pitching falls off incredulously. Why are you messing around with Trey Sweeney, who's hitting 8th and 9th in this lineup? You got to go right at people. I'll talk about it in the second block, but we did see some progression over the course of the outing for both of these starting pitchers. Offensive approach, I'm seeing some comments about it. Didn't love it. Competitive, but not enough. In this game 2, Baltimore walked 5 times. There was a small opportunity, I think, that they could have taken the lead and possibly turned the tide, but didn't love the plate approach in the 6th.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
We can point to Ramon Urias' double play in the 7th, but that's lazy, and every double play kills momentum, right? Top of the 6th, Adley gets a single, O'Hearn walks, Westberg out on a ground out, 4-3. So you got 2 runners in scoring position with 1 out. Ramon Laureano, pretty darn good at hitting lefties, up at the plate, subbing in for Heston Kjerstad, gets a 3-0 count. Now, I think there's an unwritten rule in baseball about swinging 3-0. Unless you are the Mike Trouts and Aaron Judges of the game. If you are a leader in slugging, if you have proven time and time again in high leverage moments that you can change the game and you have consistent power numbers, yeah, someone grooves you a fastball on 3-0, take it. But with an offense that's been scuffling as much as this and not being consistent enough and sometimes living and dying by the long ball, what is the point of an inning? What is the point of offense? To score runs, yes, but to keep the inning going as long as possible. And frankly, I thought the plate approach, they did a pretty good job of getting Cater Montero out of the game. I mean, before the end of the 5th inning. Like, there was some good the way that they were working counts there. I'm not complaining at all. But 3-0, he gets a fastball, groove down the heart of the plate, and earlier in the day, the wind was carrying out to left field a little bit. He got under it, and it was a sacrifice fly that would score Adley. But now you got 2 outs in the inning and a runner in scoring position. I don't love it. I think you live to fight another day. You pass the baton on to the next guy. You work and keep this inning going as long as possible. Grind them down, wear them down. And granted, Mountcastle grounds out. Who knows how they would have attacked him with the bases loaded and 1 out. That's what I think. And that's why I'm here. Also, I'm going to quickly talk about this. The Major League debut of one Grant Wolfram. left-hander acquired in the Daz Cameron trade, 28 years old, 6'7", 240 out of Central Michigan. So this was kind of a homecoming for him, taking over for Sir Anthony Dominguez, who had some command issues as well. Walked his first batter, Andy Ibanez, and then gave up a double to Zach McKinstry, but then got Tomas Nido to ground out. So a relatively speaking clean sheet for Grant Wolfram, let an inherited runner score, but at that point it was already a 5-2 ball game. So that's not great. Next block, we're going to talk about Brandon Young, also struggling with command, but signs of life and progress. I thought this outing was better than his first, so why not let him run with it? And we're going to talk about that very quickly after this break. But first, I want to give a shout out to the sponsor of this show, and that's the Amazon Fire TV. Did you know it's also an Xbox? You can turn any TV into your gaming and entertainment hub with Fire TV Stick 4K devices. No console required. Just grab a paired controller, subscribe, or sign into Xbox Game Pass Ultimate with EA Play included, and you're ready to go. You can dive into hundreds of premium titles: College Football 25, Call of Duty Black Ops 6. They're at 6 now? They got to come up with something different. Avowed, another big game I'm being told, and you can stream your favorite shows as well. Gaming made simple, and it's all on your Fire TV. With 4K streaming, you can watch over 1.5 million movies and TV episodes from your favorite services, streaming like Netflix, Prime Video, Disney Plus, Max, a ton. You can head over to Amazon.com/Fire TV Locked On. That's all one word, Amazon.com/Fire TV Locked On to get started. Xbox Game Pass Ultimate subscription and compatible controller required. Available on select devices, including Fire TV Stick 4K 2nd Gen, Fire TV Stick 4K Max 1st and 2nd Gen, and Fire TV Cube 3rd Gen. We appreciate the Amazon Fire TV for sponsoring this show. Welcome back to the Baltimore Orioles postcast here on the Saturday night. My name is Luke Slaybaugh. We are now talking about a 4-3 loss in Game 1 to the Detroit Tigers as the Orioles now drop to 6 games under 500. And that was the main takeaway. Brandon Young could have won this game. It could have pitched deeper into the game than the 5th inning, if not for the self-induced peril known as walks. The 2nd inning was really what crippled him, 4 in that inning alone, and got worked by the bottom half of the lineup. 6 through 9 hitters, walking Jace Young, Trey Sweeney reaching, and then an RBI double for Javier Baez. Like the former Chicago Cub Gold Glover Javi Baez going 3 for 4 in that game. Most had written him off in that contract as a bust. But getting worked by hitters that are hitting 111. That is something that I don't know if it's a mentality or a command thing, but the inability to throw strikes against the weaker portion of the lineup is only going to bode just dark, dark things when you actually face the Riley Greens and the actual good hitters in this league. Big bounce back in the 3rd, though. Gets out in 11 pitches and 2 strikeouts. And at that time, things started to turn really well. Ryan O'Hearn with an opposite field home run in the 4th, 3 for 3 ball game. Gary Sanchez has proven that he is not good in these high leverage counts. That same inning on a 3-2 count, you got runners on 1st and 2nd with 2 outs. He is just way out in front of a splitter. Not great. So Young had kind of a heart-to-heart after that 2nd inning with Drew French, the pitching coach. Kind of a one-sided conversation, to be honest. He gets out with a line of 4 2/3, 3 earned runs, 6 strikeouts, but 5 walks. Had several opportunities to rally in this game. We saw some good things out of Jordan Westberg. In the 8th, Ramon Urias hitting his first home run of the season. 3 for 4 day for him in Game 1. That had cut the lead to 4-3. He has become invaluable in these spots. You need him at the bottom of the order to get on base. He and Jackson Holliday will make a good tandem if this offense is to come around. I wouldn't necessarily advocate moving him up in the lineup, given the potential that you have in a Gunnar Henderson, Adley Rutschman, Cedric Mullins as well. It was the walks that crippled the pitchers today. And then Cionel Perez also giving up the home run to Torkelson in the 7th, put them behind as well. Team went 1 for 8 in Game 1 with runners in scoring position, 9 runners left on base. Dylan Carlson has been called up. Tyler O'Neill is out with a case of my neck hurts, retroactive to Thursday. I guess that diving play he made, suppose it might have been the Toronto series where he was out a couple days afterwards for neck soreness. It could have been the Guardian series. It's all blending together now. So Carlson's up. He struck out in game 1. Colin Selby was the emergency 25th man in the bullpen today, and they needed him. He pitched all right, scoreless inning, and we'll be back to Norfolk post haste. Tomorrow, Dean Craburn needs to salvage a game, try to get away the Motor City with 1 win. He is 2-3 on the year with a 6.84 ERA, and it ain't getting any easier. O's are 6 games under 500, and they go up against right-hander Tarek Skubal, reigning Cy Young winner, 2-2 with a 2.83 ERA. That's on Masson 2. First pitch around 140. I want to thank you all again for tuning in here to the Locked On Orioles postcast. My name is Luke Slaybaugh. Going to be a tough one, and definitely things need to change in the pitching department relatively quickly. But I appreciate you all for taking time. If you're watching here live on YouTube or on the replay, give me a shout out. Let me know where you're watching from, what you have thought of the show, and what it's going to take, because this thing is slipping away. And I urge you not to have apathy. I urge you all to be kind to each other. But this was one where you could see the desperation. I mean, that is why you have Keegan Aiken as an opener, is that you're trying to put your best foot forward to at least salvage one of these games. And it seemed like a good idea at the time. I don't know what it will do for the bullpen moving forward, but try to get some length out of Dino tomorrow, then we'll see. Thank you again for tuning in to the Locked On Orioles postcast. My name is Luke Slaybaugh. Remember, Connor Newcomb will be here 5 days a week. He'll come to you Monday with an episode. I'll be here right after the game tomorrow. I wish you all a good night. See you tomorrow. Thanks for watching and listening on the Locked On Podcast Network.